Hey everyone, it's Zorello here, and I'm back from whatever I was away with. I'll just do a quick apology and I'll do some more talking at the end of the video, but essentially I had a whole bunch of stuff just hit me at once. I had 3 assignments due in on one day, and I had one assignment that was on a Monday, and then that Friday before, just 3 days beforehand, I also had an assignment due in then. So I had 4 assignments due in a very short space of time, and so I spent 2 weeks working on that. So I didn't have time for videos. Also in that time, it was my girlfriend's birthday, so that's important, more so than videos. So, sorry, but I'm back, and here is the promised Dragonlord class. Now, I just say Archfiend, that's coming soon, ASAP, maybe tomorrow, doubt it. If I can't get it out tomorrow, it'll be Troll Spellsmith as voted by you, and then after that, I think I'll just do whatever. So, I'll get into explaining some stuff about Dragonlord, which the original class concept comes from the good old game Dragon Fable. Welcome to www.dragonfable.com, a place where all your dreams can come true, and by that I mean you can have a lot of fun playing the game. Now, I could play it, and I know some of you want me to do more Dragon Fable videos, and I would like to do more, but I can barely focus on my AQ Worlds ones, it seems. Now, this game, there's this really cool class called the Dragonlord class, and the only way you can get the Dragonlord class is if you upgrade. Now, unlike AQ Worlds, where you pay a monthly fee, Dragon Fable you only had to pay once and you got it forever. It was upgrading your account here. Dragon Amulet. Just down there. So you'd buy your Dragon Amulet and you'd unlock it for your 1 character or your 6 characters linked to the account. Now, that's pretty cool. But you can't get the Dragonlord class on Adventure Quest Worlds unless you have it here. Basically, back in the day when Adventure Quest Worlds went into testing, the only people that could test were Dragonlords, Guardians, and Star Captains from each of their respective games, and we got, because I was one of them, we got given beta access. Now, if we just go to AQ.com, maybe by the time this video is live, this website will be different. You never know. But you would then go to, if I can find it on the side, verification shops, and you'd verify that you have. So you go to you'd verify your Dragon Amulet. So you you link the 2 accounts together. So say my name was Bob and my password was password. Don't make this account, by the way. And you'd link your AQ Worlds and your Dragon Fable accounts together. Now, if you're upgraded, if you've got a Dragon Amulet and you link your accounts, then you will be given access to the Dragon Amulet class. Now, these came, I think, about roughly 2 years, more like a year and a half after the beta testing, and it was our reward for testing, respectively. So if you'd upgraded more of their games, then you got 3 classes. You also got the Defender class, which was an accident, and I'll explain that when I make the Defender video and the Guardian video. But for now, that's how you get it. You can't get the Dragonlord class in Adventure Quest Worlds unless you've paid your $20 US for a Dragon Amulet in Dragon Fable. Welcome back to the world of lore in AQ Worlds. We're currently in the Guardian Tower, which is in Battleon Town, so it's easy to get to. I've got a Platinum Dragon equipped because I'm a Dragonlord, and I'm wearing the Dragonlord Prime gear. So this is where all the verification shops are, and here's our Dragonlord one. You open your shop, you got your Dragonlord gear. Originally it was just that and this that were in the store, and they made this sort of color custom down here. They actually forgot that they'd promised us classes for beta testing. It was about a year and a half after release that we finally got them. Cicero forgot, and when a couple of players asked him about it, he said, "Wait, we never promised you these classes." He investigated it, and I think it was within about 2 or 3 weeks the classes were ready. So he was onto it once he realized he had actually promised it. So then we got other updates, and we got some pretty cool looking things to make us feel better about ourselves, and some more modern art. Once you got it, you want to enhance it. Now I've got 2 recommendations for this, and I'll show you the stats to explain why. If you take a look, you see that it's got an almost 40% chance to critical hit. So strength's going to give you more chance to critical hit, but luck will increase. Basically, you want to keep the crit and damage at the center of this class. Since this is a multi-hit class, area of effect and all, I feel that you're better off going with fighter because your standard damage is going to be better, got a higher chance to crit, but more importantly, you've got more health for taking on more opponents at once, and I believe that's what's really important here. If you're going to be more single focused, then that's fine, that'll work for you. But luck's the alternative. Full luck, higher crits. Regardless of whether you choose for all enhancements, I'd recommend Spiral Carve because that does even more damage, which is something you want to really push, more damage. And it increases your chance to critical hit further by another 10%. So that'd be a roughly 50% chance to critical hit if Spiral Carve activates. Now, I think that's handy for this class. It does have a heal, so you don't have to worry about it. If you are finding yourself particularly squishy and needing health, then go ahead. But I'd recommend Spiral Carve. This operates on the same way as the Berserker. The less health you have, the more MP you're going to get back on hits. And you get more back on criticals as well. As for the passives, it's an increase of all damage you do by 15%, and then you take 10% less damage. So it's a nice class. I wouldn't really know how else to describe it. It's all physically based, so that's the other reason you want fighter enhancements. There is no rank 10 passive. This was made before rank 10 passives came about. Welcome to the sand scene, just mixing up the places I'm taking you for the fights. Now I'm going to do the moves in a bit of a different order. I'm going to go Heated Blade, Lifestealer, Cleave, and then Cursed Blade. Just because these two are the multiple hit moves, and I want to sort of demonstrate these. Heated Blade's pretty cool. Stacks 4 times. Each stack makes them attack 5% slower and makes them miss 5% of the time for a total of 20. So in the time that it takes them to attack you 5 times, they'll only be able to attack you 4 times, and then they'll likely miss one of those 4 hits. Or one of 5 hits. So it's quite a defensive move with a bit of offensive power behind it. As you can see, the class does crit reasonably often. Now, Lifestealer, you can sort of base that off the Beta Berserkers, or the Berserker class's Blood for Blood. The more HP you have, the less you do. So the lower your health, the more damage you do. The twist is, if you watch, that this heals you. Now we'll get it really low just to demonstrate how powerful it can be. It's going to take a while. I'm not going to use heat. Okay, one more hit and we'll try it. Here we go. So as you can see, when it crits, it does a decent amount, but you're only looking at, I'd say, 600 damage on a normal strike if you're using fighter. So it's not nearly as powerful as Blood for Blood, but it gives you a heal, as you can see there, of about, I think it was about 400, maybe 500. So less offensive power than Blood for Blood, but at a heal. Now I won't fully heal, I'll get to about there. And you can just see that the heal's a lot less when you're higher up, but it still does more or less your basic sort of damage strike. Maybe a bit less. So now we'll get on to the multi-aspect. You've got Cleave, which is a moderate damage strike. Can hit 2 targets. It's actually got to be in range, so it doesn't always work. You've got to get closer. There you go. Now as you can see, it's not quite your full damage capability, but it is damage, and if you've got other area of effect classes, it can work. You've got to keep using your heal. Because it's only a 10-second cooldown, it can be used reasonably often, but it's not something you can fully rely on, so you might want healers around. Now the last move, Cursed Blade, 20 mana, 8-second cooldown. Now this deals damage inversely proportional to your current MP. In layman's terms, the less MP you have, the more damage you're going to do. It also makes them take 12% more damage for 10 seconds after that. So let's just spam some MP costing moves. Get it really low down. Ooh. We're trying to get this MP as low as possible. There we go, we'll go with that. So that's about as low as it gets. You see it's powerful enough, and now you've got a damage boost. So this class is one of those classes where the moves on their own aren't particularly impressive, but together they work. And you know, you weaken all your opponents and you strengthen yourself, and that's where the difference is. And when you factor in you've got passives working 15% damage and 10% less damage, it all comes together quite nicely. So although this class is actually quite old, you still will see many people using it because it's still good. I don't think it's a class you could call overpowered. Perhaps you can, but I myself wouldn't call it overpowered. I just say that the moves fit with each other well. It's built for a purpose, area of effect. It's best in a group, but on less powerful enemies like these, you can happily go for it. Now, this definitely does work in one-on-one, and this definitely does work in Blood Right Brawls. So, PvP it gets a big tick. I've come across Dragonlords before, and they're annoying when they crit. They're a good class. Whether it's... Now, a lot of people will buy Dragon Amulets on Dragon Fable just to get the class in this game. I've got a friend or two that have done that. But please, I would recommend playing Dragon Fable. Piece of trivia, it was the first AE game I ever played, and I loved it. I still play it weekly. It's a very good game, in my opinion. So, if you are thinking, oh, is it worth getting a Dragon Amulet for this class? Please don't think that. Please think, is it worth getting a Dragon Amulet to play Dragon Fable with a whole bunch of new features, and then you get the Dragon Amulet class, the Dragon class, free sub. That's what I'd like to leave you with. And also the Archfiend class, this is a hard one. I'm not buying the AC version, I refuse. A lot of you think I'm crazy for this, but I've never bought an AC class. I bought one once, and then ended up earning the normal version as well, and just thought, why waste ACs? Sold it back, got some ACs back, and realised I spend so much time playing this game, I'm just going to earn every class the long way anyway, so why bother when I could just wait a bit and get it free? Now you look at all my classes, and if I had to pay 2,000 adventure coins for every reputation or faction class, I think that's something like maybe 30,000 adventure coins I would have spent on classes alone. I know some of you have noticed I do tend to have a few, but I use them for other things. I just don't want to pay money for classes I can earn. That's me. But unfortunately that means for classes that are incredibly hard to earn, I can't get them out to you on the day they came out. But for classes that are easier to get, like the new Legend class or the Blood Titan class, I can get those out for you on day one. So that's it. You're trying to get it out as soon as possible. If not, troll Spellsmith, and I might have some other fun videos. There's also more guild stuff coming out tomorrow, so I'll probably cover that. Anyway, until next time, see ya.